the 90s. You remember going to the mall as a kid, right? Probably stopping at your favorite stores, getting hungry, and taking a swing by the dinosaur-themed McDonald's in the food court. And then you see it. Your eyes lock on as you see the creepy-ass pile of Chucky dolls almost acting as sentinels to keep wimpy kids like me out of the Spencer's gifts. I sure remember. I remember being afraid of Chucky before I even knew what Chucky was. But hey, I'm an adult now, and I'm totally over that. What's up, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of The Tape Tomb, a show where each week we talk about some of my favorite horror movies in my ever-growing VHS collection. This week you're gonna wish it was make-believe with the 1988 killer doll movie, Child's Play, written by Don Mancini and directed by Tom Holland. And no, not Mr. Handsome, Peter Parker, Spidey Boy Tom Holland, the same guy who directed Fright Night. This movie stars Catherine Hicks, Chris Sarandon, who was also in Fright Night and the talking voice of Jack Skellington, and for a short period of time before only doing voiceover work as the doll Chucky, Mr. Brad Dourif, who was robbed of reprising his role at Picture of Rise in David Lynch's Dune. And just kidding, but we love Mr. Brad Dourif. He's been in a ton of great movies, but we just aren't allowed to talk about him here due to their lack of ghosts and goblins. Since its initial release, Child's Play has had a slew of sequels and even a brand new TV series that came out on Sci-Fi this year, 2021. But it all started here with the original, which in my opinion is the best one, and I have a wildly wrong opinion. Seriously, you Child's Play fans don't make sense. We love you anyway, but I've never met an audience or a fan base that likes the 4th, 5th, or even 6th movie more than the originals. But hey, I'm used to being wrong. But what's this movie about? Let's quit playing around and find out. Roll the film. Child's Play opens up with a high-tension chase right from the get-go. We see the infamous Lakeshore Strangler Charles Lee Ray being chased by Detective Norris. As they fire rounds at each other back and forth, Charles gets hit and then abandoned by his partner, Eddie Caputo, leaving him on his own. He breaks into the closest building he can find, which just so happens to be a local toy store, with Detective Norris still right on his tail. After realizing his wound is fatal, he yells out that he will seek revenge on the detective and Eddie if it's the last thing he does. Starting to stumble around the store, he falls into a pile of the hottest new toys on the market, good guy dolls. Turns out that old Chuck here isn't just a killer, but also a dabbler of the voodoo religion, and in his last moments transfers his soul into one of the dolls. A big explosion happens, and that's that. Cue the pro-tags Karen and Andy Barclay, a mother and son duo who are struggling to get by in this bustling city of Chicago. It's Andy's birthday and he's a good guy fanatic. He watches the show, eats the cereal, and never takes off his good guy pajamas when he has the chance. So of course the giant good guy shaped box that his mom has wrapped for him is exactly what he wants, right? Oh wait, it's jeans? What kind of twisted parenting bullshit is that? But anyway, Andy wants a good guy, and luckily for him, his mom is about to meet a seedy guy in the alleyway to get it. Don't get it twisted, she just gives the guy $30 and it's hers. It may have damaged packaging, wink, and who knows if it works, but hey, it's the only one she can afford. She brings it home, and Andy loves it. They're inseparable. As the days go by, it's very apparent to us that this particular doll, or Chucky, wink, is inhabited by Charles Lee Ray, and he gonna do what he does best. You would think it's strangling given the nickname, but he can't do that anymore with his little doll hands, so he just stabs people a lot. The problem is that nobody believes the doll is real, of course, and they think that Andy is behind all of it. What happens next? It's up to Andy, Karen, and Detective Norris to try to put a stop to this killer doll however they can in the 1988 classic, Child's Play. Now, although the imagery and the idea behind this movie is pretty scary to most kids, as an adult, it's just downright comical. It's pretty funny watching a 3-foot-tall doll climb up on somebody and trying to kill them while calling them a dumb bitch. It's not at all to say that this movie doesn't hold its own as an absolute classic on the Mount Rushmore of horror movies, but what other horror series do you know with more than 3 successful movies? Yeah, I said it, and I'm a Hellraiser fan. But there's a ton of Chuck to go around. We have Child's Play 1 through 3, Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, Curse of Chucky, Cult of Chucky, and Child's Play from 2019, where Mark Hamill voices this absolutely weird-looking remodel. And as far as child actors go, and I think they're all pretty terrible, Andy does a pretty stellar job, especially after this gut-wrenching scene. I don't think he has to do shit. That shit hits you to the core and reminds you what it's like to be a scared little kid who won't be listened to. For all of these reasons, and because I needed a filler episode before the Christmas one, Child's Play is a perfect fit for us here at the Tape Tomb. Here's some facts about Child's Play. Chucky's full name, Charles Lee Ray, is actually derived from multiple serial killers: Charles Manson, Lee Harvey Oswald, and James Earl Ray. The original working title for this film was Batteries Not Included, and they had to change it ASAP when they heard that Steven Spielberg was working on a movie with the same exact title. So then it changed to Bloody Buddy, and then finally they decided on Child's Play. Despite their long-running collaboration to bring Chucky to life, Brad Dourif and Kevin Yeager, who designed the Chucky doll, didn't meet until 2018 at a convention. Thank you all so much for watching this week's episode of The Tape Tomb. If you liked this episode, make sure you click that like and subscribe button down below and leave us a comment telling us what you think about Child's Play or a movie we should do in a future episode. Make sure you tune in every other week for our sister series Airlock Shock starring Nick Haskin. He talks about some of his favorite sci-fi horror movies the same way we do about stuff here at The Tape Tomb. Make sure you check out our Instagram account. We're cool, we're hip, we're on Instagram now. They made me do it. But we're on there. I post stuff all the time. Funny pictures, behind the scenes stuff about future episodes or what I think you'll generally enjoy. So check out our Instagram, Nightmare Fuel Streaming. Once again, this is Larry Downs signing off. Stay spooky, my friends, and we'll see you in the sequel.